Hi, this is Brian. So I'm going to talk about the finishing process of making the Merkaba orbs. This is honestly at least half of what it takes to produce one of these beautiful pieces of energy art. The construction of them is about half the work, and the process of removing the black stuff off of the pieces after the construction is finished and then applying a clear coat and assembling the final product is about the other half. Honestly, first half is my favorite. So for quite some time I was just using abrasives on these things in order to remove that construction material, and that is a frustrating process. And also, if you're doing something like this piece, you can see that this is made of wire rope and it has a lot of grooves in it, and honestly you just cannot get those out with abrasives. You know, cleaning it where the copper is shining and the tarnish and dark stuff is still down in the grooves has its own aesthetic appeal, but I really wanted to be able to get the thing sparkling. So what I finally arrived at was an acid bath. You can buy muriatic acid at the hardware store for about $6 a gallon. So this is my setup that I have for doing that. And I just want to note here, don't try this at home. Seriously though, this is some heavy stuff, and you need to understand what it is and how to take safety precautions when you're dealing with it. Otherwise you could hurt yourself badly and damage things. So just saying, I'm only doing this to explain how I make my stuff. And if you decide to use muriatic acid, you're doing it at your own risk, and please be careful. The main thing about it, honestly, is the vapor. Okay, I've got it on my skin, and it's not like, you know, alien blood or anything like that. You just wash it off with water, and lots of it, and you're fine. It doesn't even hurt, no problem. What is really bad is the vapors. The vapors are badass. They will choke you. I don't think it would kill you. You'll just run away really fast, but boy, you don't want to breathe it, okay? So the reason I wanted to show you this today is that here I have the arrangement that I've made for soaking the Genesee crystal that we just made. I've got the bowl here, and I've got some muriatic acid down the bottom, and then here's the piece, and it's just sitting down in there with the black stuff coming off it. When it's done, these junctions here, which have this kind of residue on them, will be squeaky clean. You know, a couple minutes with steel wool will make the whole thing absolutely shiny. So then I've got this Rube Goldberg arrangement here to keep the vapors from coming off of the bowl, and as you can see, my frisbee is completing the thing. I should probably put some plastic down or something like that, but it's not coming out too bad. So then for smaller things, anything up to the size of this piece here, and that includes the 10-inch Genesee crystals also, I have this right here, and that's a jug filled with muriatic acid, and you just put this piece, put it in there, let it fall down, and let it soak, and it will come out perfectly clean the next day. Such a huge improvement over the thing with the steel wool. So then this jug here, this contains clean water to rinse it off afterwards, and this one contains a mixture of water and a whole bunch of baking soda, a whole large thing of baking soda. And if you ever decide to work with acids in any kind of do-it-yourself capacity, this is the thing to know, is that baking soda is alkaline, which is the opposite of acidity. So if you have a bunch of something alkaline around to throw on top of the acid in case it gets spilled, to put on you if you get some of it on you, that's how you do it, baking soda. But anyway, like I said, this is a professional thing here, so I don't recommend it for home users. But this is how I clean up my stuff. The next step involves clear coating. We covered that in the Genesee crystal video, but briefly, you could use a spray can of clear coat, put on many coats if you really wanted to not tarnish. And honestly, I've tried it, it'll still tarnish eventually. Fiberglass resin, nasty chemicals. Yee, smelly, nasty chemicals. Use it outside. It just paints on. You have about 5 minutes to do it. Try and get your drips off, otherwise you have to use abrasives to remove the drips. polymer clear coat. Okay, this stuff dries nice and slow, no problem. It's perfectly clear, does exactly what you want. Costs 75 bucks. So, and this is 20. Fiberglass resin is 20. So then after the pieces are nice and shiny clean, I clear coat them, and that keeps them from tarnishing, keeps the nice beautiful copper color available for you. Signing off. Ciao.